chain surveying. Chain surveying is one of the important topic in surveying. Mainly, chain surveying. The purpose of chain surveying is nowadays, even though India has developed, we are using a lot of advanced techniques like total station, digital GPS, all those things. We are getting more accurate. Still, we are depending on chains only. That is the reason. Still, we are discussing on chain surveying. Chain surveying is, if you see the image here, this is a chains. Okay. Myself, Dr. Mouli.
ఫస్ట్ చెప్పారంటే మళ్ళీ చెప్పాను
కట్ చేస్తాను. First instructions. Good morning, all. Myself, Dr. Mouli. I did my BTech from Andhra University. Today I am going to discuss on chain surveying. Chain surveying is one of the important topic in surveying, general surveying. Even though many advanced topics like digital GPS and total station, all these are available for measuring more accurate areas and more accurate lengths, but still we are depending on chain surveying. The reason is it is a old technique and many people knows this technique, and no one is don't want to change their previous things. That's why people are depending still on chain surveying. Mainly for lands, cultivated lands, surveying all those things, people are depending on chain surveying. Okay, when we are doing this chain surveying, what are the problems and what are the instruments we will use, all those things we are going to discuss in this lecture. What are the different types of errors also discussing it here. Introduction. Chain surveying is a type of surveying in which only linear measurements are taken in field. Okay, only linear measurements can be taken here. Here, using these linear measurements, we can calculate the area by the principle of triangulation. Okay, triangulation is very important. The basic principle of chain survey is triangulation. Using this triangulation only, we can calculate the areas. Here are the different types of chains. Some chains will be around 20 meters and some chains will be 30 meter chains. Here, if you see the diagram clearly, these are the brass material handles. If you want to measure the distance, how much the length of the chain is there, then we need to measure from end to end. From this end to this end, we need to measure. That is a total distance. People may often confuse that from distance between this point or this point to this point. People may think that that is the length of the chain, but is not. That is not true. That length will be from end of this brass handle to end of that brass handle. The reason why people are using brass is having less coefficient of thermal expansion. That's why people are using these things. These middle, if you see, these are the values are there. These are tallies. These tallies are the purpose is for every 1 meter. Sometimes they will keep tallies. At 5 meters, they will keep tallies. In this chain, if you see, for every 5 meters, one tally they kept. From 0 to 5 meters, 5 to 10 meters, 10 to 15 meters, like that, they will keep the tallies in middle. When we are measuring these things, suppose this is 20 meter chain. If you want to measure 25 meters or 15 meters, by observing these tallies, it will be easy for us. That is, for making these things, these tallies are keeping. The material which they have used these tallies is brass only. Okay, other is stainless steel. These are brass rings. The error for this 20 meters thing is plus or minus 5 mm will be there. The principle of chain surveying is triangulation. I have already discussed it. Here, triangulation means we for any area we can make into regular shape. For regular shape only we are able to calculate the areas. That's the reason the principle is this one, triangulation. This is the, suppose if you want to survey this area, this is the road and this is the area. For this one, here some pond is there, here some tree is there. So first we have to keep some major line between this major line. For this, we need to identify these lines also. These lines, for every line, some specific reason is there. Okay, the main line is main line. This is a main line. So here, for the particular reason, all the area, whatever we want to cover, that corner areas are there. These triangles, if you observe, this triangle, this triangle, this triangle, this. Between these four points only we need to measure the area. So these lines, these triangle stations are known as main stations. The line between this triangle station is nothing but main survey line. Okay, see here, if you observe this point and this point, here the main survey stations from this diagram, if you want to know, A, B, C, D are main survey stations. The line AB is main survey line, BC is another main survey line, and CD is another survey line, DA is one more survey line. The longest line, which if you observe, mostly diagonal line will be most longest line. So here D and B, the line between B and D, that is nothing but base line. The line which is longest, that is nothing but base line. Suppose the line which is joining this base line and the main survey station, that is nothing but check line. The purpose of check line is to measure accurately and to measure the areas. And other than this main survey station, if any other main base survey line and base line, that is tie line. The purpose of tie line is if you want to measure the area of this diagram or measure the, if you want to represent some building inside this area. So for that one, with this survey line we can identify that one, the dimensions, all those things. So when we are using chain surveying, these terminologies are very important. Base line, check line, main survey line, tie line. Okay. These are very important, and the lines joining main survey lines are not points are known as main survey stations. The line joining between two points, checkpoints, means one apex of the main survey station and any point on the baseline is not. These 2 points A and S1 are known as check stations, and T1 and T2 are tie stations. The line joining these two tie stations is nothing but tie lines. Okay. Where this chain survey is suitable? The chain survey is suitable when area is very small and ground surface is more or less flatter. If it is undulated, it will be difficult. Generally, for small scale maps, it will be used easily done. The one more thing is, when we are doing this chain surveying, when we are preparing these maps, it should be well-conditioned triangle. We should form well-conditioned triangle. Here, well-conditioned triangle means well-conditioned triangle means the angle between internal angle or out action. Internal angle should be greater than 30 degrees. If it should be less than 30 degrees, it is not a well-conditioned triangle. And if it is greater than 30 and it should be less than 120 degrees, then only this well-conditioned triangle we will call. Okay. Generally, equilateral triangle is more suitable if it possible. Otherwise, it should be well-conditioned triangle. When where this chain survey is not recommended, area is covered with more details. Means suppose some area is having lot of things like trees, buildings, lot of things are there. There it will be difficult to keep the chain, all those things. Area consists too many undulations. Undulations means elevations. Different elevations are there, like different hills and all those things. It is not suitable. Area is very large. Very large means here we need to go for total station. It is suitable. Well condition is not possible means then also it is not suitable. These are the disadvantages of the chain survey. I have already discussed about survey stations, main stations. Main stations I have already discussed. Main stations means, suppose if you want to measure the area of this diagram, main survey stations means all those areas are there in these corners. These are nothing but main survey stations. These triangle areas. These points are nothing but main survey stations. The line joining these stations, this is nothing but main survey line. Subsidiary stations. Subsidiary stations means This is the base line. These tie lines, main line and this line. This is nothing but for checking purpose. Checking purpose we will use now. That is nothing but subsidy stations. Tie stations means it is not connecting any tie of these things. That is nothing but tie stations. That people often confuse with this check line and tie line. So check line means it should be connected to the apex of the main station. Okay. In this diagram, you can clearly see main station, main survey line AB, subsidy stations, tie stations, main survey line, base line, BC. Here if you see BD. BD is a base line. Check line AS. CS1, CS1, AS2. CS1, AS2. These two are check lines. Here if you see apex of the triangle. Tie lines T1, T2. This is a chain. Next, once if you done, if you are familiar with these things, next ranging. Ranging means if you want to measure a distance between two stations, the length is around 50 meters. Suppose the length is around 50 meters, but the length of the chain is 20 meters only. Then how we will measure? Length of the chain is 20 meters. Chain length 20 meter, but you need to measure how much? 50 meter. How will you measure? You may feel that distance between these 2 points is 50 meters. You may feel that up to here 20 meter, another 20 meter, this is 10 meter, like that you may feel, but it is not possible in practical. Reason is how we will know that this point is between A, B only. It may be here also, it may be here also. Do you think the distance, if you measure, you will get correct value? It won't. You won't get. That's why when we are measuring more longer distance, that means more than the length of the chain, then you need to consider about ranging. Here the term ranging comes into the picture. Ranging means measuring the distance with the help of a chain. Okay, for this one, for ranging these things, some instruments are required, like chain or tape, ranging rods, arrows and cross tabs. For more, these are the instruments required for measuring 50 meters distance with the 20 meter chain. So chain means generally 20 meter, 30 meter will be there. Each link will be 20 centimeter or 30 centimeter, depends on this one. Tape means generally 30 meters length will be there. These tapes are also different types. Ranging rods. Ranging rods means these are steel tubular materials having colors like red, white in alternate things. Its height will be 2 to 3 meters. Means with the help of these ranging rods only we are going to measure the 50 meters length. And the arrows. 40 centimeters long steel arrows are used to mark in the ground. Okay, these are the things required. Here two types of ranging. One is direct ranging, second one is indirect ranging. Direct ranging means the A and B are there. A From A, station B is visible. From B, station A is visible. But this distance is more. So if it is visible, then we can measure the distance. That is nothing but direct ranging. Indirect ranging means same A and B are there. In between these two, some hill is there. We can't see the A station to B, but B station to A. It is difficult. So then we will consider it as an indirect ranging. Okay, if you see the figure here, A and B, two stations are there. This is a direct ranging. This is a direct ranging. So here A and B, two stations are visible. So what we will do? Here comes into the picture some symbols. Okay, A and B. Here one ranging rod and here one ranging rod will be there. In here A, one person will be standing, and B, one more person will be there. Here the surveyor will be there. Here only ranging rod they will keep with one more person, assistant. Assistant means the helper of the surveyor. He will hold the ranging rod here, and from here he will see that whether this surveyor's ranging rod and this ranging rod are in a straight line or not with respect to this flag posted ranging rod. If it is not there, he will give some symbols like if you move like this, move left direction. If you move like this, move to right direction. Like that, he has to give some symbols. Standard symbols are there. So in this case, he is asking this person, assistant to move in left direction. In next case, he kept here. Still, it is not suitable. It is not in aligned lines. From here, with his eye, he will see. With his eye, he will see this thing. From here to there, if slowly he will come into this line. Once if he comes into in this line, then he will tell that stop like this. This is a symbol for stop. Okay, once if it is completed, then they will measure distance between A to C, from C to B, like that. If suppose more stations are there, here one chain, with the help of one chain it is completed. If more means like that, they will keep here and here they will keep some arrow. Next, he will keep one more point here after 20 or 15 meters, and he will keep one arrow or arrow here. Like that, many things. With that help, the line will be straight line between A and B with many intermediate points. This is nothing but direct ranging. Next, indirect ranging. In just now I discussed about indirect ranging means station A is invisible to station B. This is station B. This is a station A. So see if they here align this one. Hill is there. So the person who is staying near A, he was unable to see the post near C. So here what he will do? Here indirect ranging means you need to keep some 2 points in between these two things, two ranging rods with two assistants. So here M and N, two ranging rod assistant persons are there. First, these two ranging rods should be visible to A. From here, if you see, it is visible here. At the same time, this from B also, these two ranging rods should be visible. See, if you see here, from here to here it is visible, from here to here it is visible. So like that, from A station these two intermediate stations should be visible, and from B station two intermediate stations should be visible. Okay, then only this can be possible. So like that, then only we are going to measure, keep these points in center. Ranging means we need to align this line AB we need to identify exactly these points which is in a standard line, means in the middle of the line. So if you see from top point of view, like this, M and N are their stations. First what we have to do? First A and N, A and N1. Suppose B and M1, B and M1. Initially they kept it at N1 now. So from here to here they have C, and this N1 is there now. This railing rod. This N1 they are moving to. Initially they kept at M1 and N1. At this position they kept it. From top view if you see, this is the side view. From top view if you see A, B, we should identify this center of this line. From top view if you see M1 and N1 we kept like here initially. So from here we focused from B to N, we saw one line, and we asked the assistant at N1 move towards right direction. So he is moving towards N1 and kept it in this point. M1 and N, all this comes into the one line only. Next step, now we go to the point B. From B we focus N1. We have already set N2. So we are focused N2. Now we are asking M1 to move towards left direction. So M1 has come into the center. Now we ask again B. We move to the B point. From B point we are focusing M2. We have just now fixed this M2. We focus M2. From B, he has watched M2. From B, from N1 to N2, we are moving to N2. N1 to N2 to N3. Again we are going towards A. From A to N2 we are focusing using this line. And we are identifying M2 from here to M3 like that. Next, like this, if we repeat, we will come to the note that M1, N1 and all those things in a same line. Like this, we have identified. This is nothing but indirect ranging. This is very important when we are measuring longer distances. If you see this diagram from top point, here assistant 2 flag from A to how C to how they are moving towards this direction and how this point is moving towards this direction. Here total 4 people are there. For indirect ranging, minimum 4 people are required. This is a basic procedure. Whatever I have explained now, this is a procedure. Okay, here when we are doing this chain surveying, lot of errors will be there. Reason is chain is a iron material, so uneven expansion. At the same time, chain is a heavy material. When we are pulling, if you pull strongly, steel is somewhat better in tension. So some more tension will be there. If we hold it loosely, so some sagging will be there. So there are some errors are there, like personal errors. Personal errors means when we are taking when we are measuring errors, instead of 20 meters we may 15.4 meters are their distance. Instead of that one, if we will write 15.9 meters, that type of errors are nothing but personal errors. Compensating error means it is a like things. Cumulative errors means it is in one direction only. Personal errors, when it occurs, wrong reading, wrong recording, reading with wrong end. Wrong end means just now I said now. Brass of the thing also we are considering. Wrong end, wrong reading, wrong recording. Wrong recording means when we are seeing 15.4 minutes, when we are writing 15.9 minutes, that type of things. Okay, these type of errors are personal errors. If we take carefully, if we take care, these errors should be avoided. Next, cumulative errors. These are bad ranging. Bad ranging means just now I said no ranging. when we are measuring 2 points, we are keeping here some point and we are measuring like this. This type of errors are bad ranging writing. Bad writing also same. Erroneous length in chain. Length, error of the chain length. Due to temperature, chain length also varies. Variation in applied pull. Suppose two thin people are holding means some error will be there. If two longer people are strongly they has pulled means these brass rings they are connected with some rings like this. So someone pulls hardly means this may circle will be like this. Later what will happen? It may like this. So small error in each ring. That type of errors also we can comes under cumulative errors. Compensating errors. These are incorrect marking of the end of the chain. Tape gradations will be made error. These type of things are compensating errors. Proportionality errors. Some are constant errors like chain after some years it may expand continuously or due to some missing of some rings. So some constant errors will be there. Sag means when we are holding. Sag means when we are holding the chain, some people sometimes it will be like this. It is a flat ground, but when we are measuring small, this type of thing is nothing but sag. Some corrections also there for the sag correction. If you do that one, it can be minimized. Tension correction, when we are pulling hardly, based on energy we can calculate the tension corrections also we can do. Temperature correction, we know the coefficient of thermal expansion of the steel. With that one we can measure based on the temperature. When we are measuring the chain survey, we need to record the temperature of the particular area. These are the tallies. For initial tally will be looks like single thing. For at 20 meters division or 20 divisions 2, 30 meters 3. These things will be there. So these things should be properly checked. Next, types of chains used in chain survey. There are different types of chains. One is metric chain. Metric chain, Guntur chain or survey chain, index chain and revenue chain. Generally we will use survey chain or index chain. Okay, these are different types of chains. Metric chains are the most commonly used in India. Generally these are 30 meters in length. Every link of this one is 0.2 meters. Each link is 2 meters. The total length of the chain marked on brass handle. Brass handle is there now. Here they will mention the total length on this one. When we are checking any chain on this brass handle, we can find. Here these are the tallies. See here 5 meter, 10 meter, 15 meter like that. Next, steel bands are band chains. These are generally steel bands. Olden days they used this type of chains. Nowadays no one is using these things. Some rope type things with steel. Okay, these are nothing but steel bands are band chains. Guntur chains. This is also commonly used for land survey. In villages, nowadays people are using still this one only. Reason is our unit systems are feet, all those things. So with our unit system, it is matching. It is in feet, 66 feet. That's why nowadays, even though people are using this Guntur chain or survey chain. Okay. See here, with the help of this one, people commonly used 1 acre, furlong, mile. These are our terminologies before independence. After independence, also in rural India, we use these things only. That's why people are using Guntur chain only. In market also, surveyor or village surveyor who is using this thing only. Revenue chain. This is 33 feet, and for every 2 feet, some tallies will be there. In this chain, it is also 100 feet, 100 links, each feet 1 link. Measuring tapes in surveying. Tapes also there. These are also used for measuring. So by seeing this here, linen or cloth tape. With steel, the problem is what expansion. With cloth, the problem is it will cut. That's why with some painting or coating, if you use some cloth, this type of tapes will be there. Cloth or linen tape. Linen is expansion won't be very much for linen. That's why metric chain. It is a very metric steel tape. It is very nowadays. People are using this chain tapes more frequently. For measuring tapes, 2 people are required. One at assistant and other one. With the help of this metric steel tapes, other side if you simply hang it to someone, it will be easy. Ivory tape. This is also with the help of second person not required for this one for measuring smaller distances. Ivory is a good material. It is strong. It is having low thermal expansion. That's why this is very good tape when compared to all those things. Synthetic tape. It is made up of PVC. When we are how these tapes are measuring for 5 meters tape as per government regulations, plus or minus 3 mm will be error is not okay. For 30 meters it will be up to 8 mm. So these things are important. When how these things are measured with respect to steel tape only. Next, ranging rods. Initially I said no. By seeing this diagram you can observe alternate colors. 2 meters or 3 meters will be there. These are ranging rods. Here some sharp end will be there. This side will dig. These are the wooden pegs. These are the stainless steel pegs. Cross tab. The purpose of cross tab is to measure perfect 90 degrees angle. Some other cross tabs also there, but when we are doing chain survey, for making triangle easy 90 degrees. So if this from this side, if you see this side, and one person will see. If you want to keep some point here, it should be perpendicular to this point. So here we will use this cross tab. Cross tab, this side and this side is opening. See here small cutting, this side small cutting. So one person will, here ranging rod is there. Here we will keep from this side, person will see, and we will move this ranging rod here, cross tab here, and we will see from this hole. If it is visible or not, we will see. Once if it is visible, now we ask the assistant who is holding here ranging rod. We will ask him to move. Another person will watch from this side. Ask him to exactly keep. It should be from this side, this ranging rod should be visible. From this side, this ranging rod should be visible. So that the angle between this point and this point is 90 degrees. So that triangle will be, formation will be easy and we can calculate the area easy. So here you can see. Plumb bob. Plumb bob purpose is to keep ground point on the scale. And I will put the exact ground point on the ground, which is having brass material, steel material, some rope will be there. Thank you. you.